到的。
Hi,
Hello, Professor Dash.
Hi, good afternoon.
Again, good afternoon.
Nice to see you virtually.
Yeah, virtually, correct.
Yes,
Thank you for accepting our invitation.
thank you.
那个在活动开始前，我再迅速提醒一下线上的朋友要记起那个帮我登录
Just
QR code.
remind me about some instructions.
Okay, so a big thanks to all of our speakers present today. Now I would like to welcome an esteemed guest from India to educate us on the methods or challenge for teaching Mandarin to Indian students. He was very excited to be here and speak to us in person. However, because of the global pandemic, he couldn't make it here today. Despite that, he had decided to participate using video conferencing to be part of our event today. Now I would like to welcome Professor Umar Kandash, who is head of HS department at IIT Madras.
Thank you. Good afternoon, and hope that you and your family are keeping safe and well in these testing times and tough terrain that we are going through currently. At the outset, I would like to thank Professor Wang and his team members of Taiwan Education Center, India, for inviting me to deliver a talk in this workshop on Mandarin Chinese teaching and learning in India, which is quite important in itself. I prefer to talk about Taiwan Education Center at IIT Madras, the past, present, and the future, as I have seen and involved in the progress of the center being in various capacities. I have also witnessed the significant growth the center made become a dynamic one as it is today. Since my topic is Taiwan Education Center at IIT Madras, let me give a brief description of who we are for the benefit of the audience. Right in the heart of this metropolis is the Selvan campus of the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. The campus spread over 632 acres of lush green forest, home to many endangered species, and a beautiful lake is a welcome respite from the bustling city environment. With a mission to be an academic institute in dynamic equilibrium with its social, ecological, and economic environment, striving continuously for the excellence in education, research, and technological service to the nation, IIT Madras is a residential institute with nearly 600 faculty members and 750 administrative and supporting staff, and with around 10,000 students. By all means, a self-contained campus. It has established itself as a leading center for teaching, research, and industry consultancy in the country. We pursue excellence in teaching, developing human resources in the service of the nation, research, consultancy, and helping to improve the technical education in the country. The Department of Humanities and Social Science, which is spearheading the Taiwan Education Center at IIT Madras, is one of the oldest departments in IIT Madras and founded in the same year as IIT Madras in 1959. So we are as old as the institute. The unique distinguishing feature of the department is its interdisciplinary nature. This allows students to develop an appreciation for a very diverse set of fields, including development studies, economics, English studies, political science, and sociology. The department offers both master's and doctoral programs, as well as elective courses for BTech, MTech students. Currently, there are around 140 PhD scholars doing research in various domains of humanities and social sciences, and 215 undergraduate students, plus 8 to 10 foreign students who come on a semester exchange program to the department. Coupled with its multidisciplinary background, the department boasts of a highly diverse and experienced faculty. At present, we have 39 full-time faculty members and 4 visiting faculty members. We also use the service of 10 to 15 guest faculty in each semester, depending on the interest of the students and the load of the department. It has an excellent student-teacher ratio, providing opportunities for academically intense learning. Equipped with a state-of-the-art facility in a serene campus, the department offers an enriching academic environment. So we are engaged with other institutions. Our students are going to internship, and our students are going to other universities on exchange program. We have almost MOUs with most of the reputed institutes worldwide. We have a strong alumni relationship. Now coming to the topic, since about 1/5 of the world population speaks some form of Chinese as their native language, and is one of the official language of United Nations, it plays an important language in the international arena. China and India being home to two of the oldest civilizations in the world, and also neighboring countries, share a long history of cultural exchange and friendship. Who can forget the name of Chinese Buddhist monk like Zhuangjiang, who helped form strong ties between these two powerful and culturally rich ancient nations. In the past decades, China has emerged as an economic power, and being our neighbor, it becomes all the more important to understand China. With the growth and development of Sino-India relationship, the scope and demand for Chinese language experts is increasing every day. Therefore, realizing the potential of the world opportunities of learning the Chinese language and doing research in various domains common between India, China, and the neighboring countries, we started the China Study Center in April 2011 with a view to establish an academic center dedicated to a long-term study of China, its culture, politics, and economic strategy. It was also in response to the felt need in the academic, policy, and strategic communities to come up with a dynamic enough framework that provides an understanding of contemporary China and its global role. And subsequently, the Taiwan Education Center at IIT Madras was inaugurated, if I'm correct, on September 2013, almost 8 years, for collaboration to facilitate greater understanding between these two countries. The Department of Humanities and Social Science offers a wide range of courses focusing on developing the linguistic ability and cultural competence to the undergraduate students. The postgraduate programs is aimed at inculcating in students the research ability and offers more specialized courses. We are currently offering 3 foreign languages besides Chinese, German, and French, which are highly sought after courses amongst the BTech students of IIT Madras. Majority of the students prefer to do internship in multinational companies or research organizations abroad, and knowledge of foreign languages help them getting a preferential treatment. Learning any new language, of course, increases creativity, problem solving, and decision-making skill of students. They come up with co-creative ideas, campaigns, and products, solve problems more quickly and efficiently, and make more rational decisions. All good skills for a job. That is what we are more interested in. The courses which are offered by IIT, the Department of Humanities and Social Sciences, besides offering so, and where the Taiwan Education Center played a major role and playing a major role, besides offering courses to a student of IIT Madras on regular basis, Taiwan Education Center is also offering 2 beginners Chinese courses to the public with the help of the Center for Continuing Education at Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Besides, it organizes and participates in other academic and cultural activities such as Taiwan Higher Education Exposition, Chinese couplets. EC organizes events for students, staff, and faculties from IIT Madras. I remember our students have been last year they were organizing a couplet event, Chinese couplet events, where they help the students, staff, and faculties learning new words, good words that are being used in Chinese language. Our students have been placed in multinational companies and have been awarded fellowships to study in China. I must say that praise for learning Chinese language is going strong. This is not only in an institute like IIT Madras, it's also equally valid and good for other technical institutions in and around Chennai and across India as well. I'm sure that our partnership, which began with offering courses related to the Chinese language and culture, will only grow stronger in the future and look forward to long and fruitful cooperation. Let me highlight a couple of areas where we can make the bond much stronger. The first is the course. In the recent past, we have witnessed a quantum jump in the interest of learning language, be it again German, French, Chinese, or Japanese. In the last couple of years, at least my experience is, when we started these courses in 2013, 14, 15, hardly there used to be 30, 40 students. Now the number of students who are willing to do this course goes to 700 to 800. So almost 20 times jump. Not only the language, but also the culture. They are interested to know more about the culture of these countries, the history of these countries. The experience would be no different, of course, again, in other technical institutions. So therefore, this is the right time to introduce many more new courses highlighting the language and the culture of these countries. And increase the number of Taiwan higher education expositions at multiple venues. I know it is being undertaken yearly on yearly basis, but if we increase the number of times and the number of venues to raise public awareness about Taiwan's high quality education, this will attract not only Taiwan as alternative venue for their higher studies, but also increase the demand to learn more about language and culture. Close to 30 to 40% of our students, they every year go to other places to do higher studies. I think here there is an opportunity to again press and go for more. We can also explore research collaborations encompassing technology and social dimensions between India and Taiwan, specifically domestic politics and social change, current foreign policy priorities and security environment, development alternatives and issues in Taiwan, technology, innovations and the social sectors in Taiwan and Indian economy. Economy in Taiwan, global and domestic factors and challenges. I'm highlighting because I'm from humanity and social sciences, but the basket will be wide open when we involve other departments as well. The centers also explore collaborative research with scholars working in the above areas who are either already working on these issues in Taiwan or would like to extend their current research interest in the above issues to Taiwan and India. For this, the center can seek participation from faculty in a wide range of disciplines from economics, sociology, political science, international relations, and cultural studies from both the countries and from both the universities. Academic positions, which again we are open. At the department offers visiting faculty positions for Indian and foreign scholars for a period ranging from 1 semester to 2 years on visiting faculties basis. These positions are open to scholars working on the above areas that we have highlighted in both Taiwan and Indian economy. The center also offers short-term visiting positions for foreign scholars working on Taiwan, China, who would like to collaborate with the faculty members at IIT Madras. Currently, we are hosting only one faculty, but I can see there are avenues or there are opportunities to increase at least by another 1 or 2 faculty members. Postdoctoral fellowships. We can offer postdoctoral fellowship for 2-year period in these areas of focus. An institute is offering, we are generous to fund these postdoctoral fellows. Candidates who have recently submitted or expect to submit their doctoral thesis within 6 months or so are or can be encouraged to apply such postdoctoral fellowships. The institute is also going ahead with joint doctoral programs. We can also encourage doctoral research candidates to apply in the areas of interest, either in the university in Taiwan or in IIT Madras. Chinese domestic politics, Chinese foreign policies, or Taiwan domestic policies, Taiwan foreign policies, or innovation social changes in Taiwan and China, energy environment in China and Taiwan, healthcare in Taiwan. All these are prospective areas where we can explore joint doctoral programs along with the faculty members of NTHU. All the doctoral candidates who are going to be enrolled at the department will be entitled a research fellowship at par with other fellowships which are being given to the students at IIT Madras. Another thing which I want to highlight at this stage, which might not be applicable to Taiwan, but we can always explore the possibility of including Taiwan. This is Asian PhD applications. It is an MHRD Government of India initiative. In recognition of the deep and historical ties between India and ASEAN, India's foremost technical education centers, like all IITs, welcome aspirants from Asian countries to apply for PhD fellowship. Applicants apply online through portals. Those selected, they get the chance to finish their PhD with funding at par with the Indian counterparts from the Government of India. I think, which again we can explore and include Taiwan as one of the beneficiaries, or we can explore other opportunities from Ministry of External Affairs to get funded. The funding covers the entire cost of study and living expenses for up to 5 years of their PhD program. We also have a summer fellowship program, which we call GRISMA, that is Global Research Internship in Engineering Science, Humanities and Management, of 2 months with stipend is designated to enhance awareness and interest in high quality academic research among young engineers, management, science and humanities students through a goal-oriented summer mini project undertaken at the Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. Again, here we are currently getting students from neighboring countries like Bangladesh, Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, Laos. We can also explore the possibility to get some students from Taiwan. This basically research. This provides research-intensive atmosphere focus on individual learning, work with experienced IIT and faculty members, industry visits and IIT Madras Research Park visit, exposure to a vibrant startup culture with an intention to convert them to full-time PhD students. So students, when they come over here, the visit to the Center of Excellence at IIT Madras, the institute facilitated cultural visit to many places. They are being facilitated by, let's say, a campus tour. They live on a green campus with food, sports and activity facilities, leisure time activity program. I think we can explore many more such opportunities, not only on teaching Chinese and Mandarin language, but also we have to expand our horizon to make our relationship much more stronger. I think what I would suggest, I would once again wish to thank the organizer for giving me this opportunity. I would love to have some sort of discussion, or if any questions or clarification to take at this stage, I would be happy to clarify or take any questions or any discussion.
Thank you, Professor, for sharing your knowledge and experience with us. I'm sure all of us have a lot of things learned from you. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Q&A.
So we would like more of some questions, clarifications, and because Professor Wang is not here, so even this is an opportunity for me to talk a little bit more with Professor Wang.
Yeah. First of all, thank you very much for your excellent speech. You know, we have the Taiwan Education Center established in IIT Madras for a few years. We have no problem with the Chinese the first language, first class of a Chinese course. We do have many students show their strong interest to learn Chinese language more. However, because the class schedule of IIT Madras has been very, very tight, students have a lot of other courses need to be taken. So we have difficulty to find available slot for students who would like to take advanced Mandarin Chinese course. Is there any way to get around with this difficulty?
It is possible. It is possible. So we have, say, one we can do through our regular courses, which are time-bound and semester-wise. There are other opportunities, like suppose if we offer through, which even now we are doing, offer through our continuing education center, where we will have more time, leisure time. So it's not that the package is going to be very packed. So they can learn at their pace, they can learn at their leisure, they can take a little bit more time. Because say we have students, there are students who are quick in learning, there are students who are average. So I think to facilitate, we have, the institute has flexible calendar, and we can even change the calendar to accommodate the requirement of the students and the community.
Okay, thank you very much for offering the help by getting through the mechanism of a continuing education department. However, if students take courses from that department, they won't get credits.
Yes.
Could they get some sort of, certificates? Because in the United States or Europe, when students go to the continuation center to take courses, they could get partial credit. Say original 3 credit, they at least could get 2.4, 2.6 credits. Would that be possible?
Yes. Currently, we are giving only certificate of completion.
Yes.
Along with, I think now we are giving, I remember a year back, it was jointly given by IIT Madras and Taiwan Education Center. So we give a successful completion certificate at the end of the course. And we do indicate the number of hours, so which can be converted into credit, but it depends on the recipient university or institute. Because suppose if you take universities abroad with whom we have MOUs, these credits are transferable. These credits are transferable. We also do offer courses through NPTEL. These NPTEL courses also credited, which are equated with the on-campus course. That is again a distance learning mode. So credit conversion is possible, but then it depends on the recipient institute or recipient university. So we can indicate how many hours and equivalent to how many credits, but we cannot force other institute to accept our certificate.
Thank you very much. I think after several years experience for our Taiwan Education Center in IIT Madras, I think we need to do more promotion. Because students know United States and Europe better than Taiwan, because of history. Right. I hope we can attract more IIT Madras students come to Taiwan to do dual PhD, dual master. Okay? So we need to do some promotion to convince the student to come to Taiwan. Also encourage our students to go to IIT Madras.
I think we should take it forward. If not for a semester, even we have opportunities, as I told, through the GRISMA, students can come for 2 months. It's not necessarily only in the summer, they can come anytime in the academic year and can spend 2 months in IIT Madras campus. They will be associated with some faculty members, so who are going to take them through and expose them to the research and other environment in IIT Madras in general and India as a whole. Similarly, if there are opportunities, we will definitely encourage our students, because most of our students, they are going to European countries and US during the summer to do internships. I think we can encourage definitely to explore Taiwan, and we can explore the existing collaborations and MOUs to enable them to travel there and get exposed to the Taiwan economy as a whole.
Okay, before the outbreak of the COVID-19, I sent an email to invite the director and the Dean of International Affairs of IIT Madras to visit National Tsinghua University. I hope you still remember what we discussed for my last visit in your office.
Yes.
We discussed about the bilateral workshop. I hope after the COVID-19 being over, we could still invite your director and Dean, also you, to come to Tsinghua, to visit Tsinghua, to visit Taiwan, to discuss possibility for more collaboration.
I will be happy to come over there, and definitely I will also remind the director and the Dean International Relations. And the moment things are normal, we will definitely fix a date which is convenient to you, and we will visit THU and we will strengthen our existing collaborations.
Also, when you come, please bring and invite several professors from different disciplines to come to Tsinghua so that we can have the bilateral workshop, the first bilateral workshop between NTHU and IIT Madras. I think that will be a very important point.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I will take note of it, and we will encourage a couple of faculty members. There are many faculties who are in fact interested to do collaborative research and explore the opportunities which are available within IIT Madras and enabled by the Ministry of Human Resource and Development. I'm sure we will be able to find some, at least to begin with, couple of PhD and couple of collaborative research in various domains.
Yes, or in fact, we are very lucky because we have Professor Tuhin in IIT Madras. He got his PhD from National Tsinghua University. He already sent 2 students to come to Tsinghua to begin the dual PhD program. So we need to have more students, not only from engineering and science, but also from humanity. 2 ways, not just 1 way.
Yes, yes. So this would be 2 ways, and even I would invite some of your faculty members, those who are willing to come to our campus and spend 1 semester, 1 year, up to 2 years. Please encourage them. And if there are any opportunity, please let us know so that we can also send 1 or 2 faculty members for spending a semester or a year. They will take courses there and will do some common research so that we can keep the relationship alive, and down the line it is going to be much stronger.
In the audience, we have the Deputy Director of Center for Indian Study of NTHU, Professor Fang. Professor Fang, would you like to interact with Professor Dash a little bit?
Good afternoon, sir.
He's in Humanity and Social Science. Okay.
Please, good afternoon. I will be happy to interact with you.
Yeah.
Okay. Namaste, sir.
Namaste.
Yeah, you just mentioned your faculty also interested in joint research projects such as Indian foreign policy or Indian Taiwan foreign policy. I think this is the area which also have a mutual concern and mutual interest to our side. So I think I will pass this message to my friend in Taiwan here, so we can discuss how to work out some concrete project on this. Because as I know, our government just signed an MOU with ICSSR last year, which is aimed to promote a joint research proposal between the 2 sides. Yeah. So I think we can make use of this mechanism to do something together. Thank you.
That would be great. That would be great.
Also, we have another guest from in our audience, Professor Tang from Fuzhen Catholic University.
Good afternoon, sir.
Humanity and Social Science.
Hello, Professor. Yes, I'm from Fuzhen Catholic University in Taipei. Well, I've been visiting Kolkata, Delhi, and Goa for a couple of times, but not having a chance to Madras, to Chennai. I hope, I hope sometime I will be able. Yes, and we will have more interactions and collaborations, perhaps. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
May I ask whether there are any questions from our audience to Professor Dash? Any questions? Oh, please. 1 question from the audience.
Hello,
Sure.
Professor.
Thank you, Abdullah.
I'm Elena. I would like to know more about because I like Indian culture, but before becoming a Chinese teacher in India, I would like to know, is it there possibility for Taiwanese or any maybe students, or maybe not students, maybe for whoever are working now can take maybe as you just now mentioned, maybe take 2 months or maybe 1 period to know more about India. Is there any maybe some short holidays or maybe short trip, but which can make us to know more about India, but it's in the more how do I say we can get deep into Indian culture.
Yeah, we have programs where we invite students from foreign countries or other universities, and we hold it for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending upon the requirement, where we expose them to all the facets of India, not only the culture, the language, the society, everything we expose, where we tell them about. Basically, it's going to be a sort of a workshop where we do talk about the Indian economy, Indian history. Then we take them to the field. We take them to the rural areas to see what the culture of India is. So we have various inbound programs, capsule programs, where we take 20 to 25 students at a time. And sometimes these are initiated by other universities. They bring their students to expose them to Indian economy. And sometimes we also invite them to get exposed to the Indian economy. Yes, there are programs, there are facilities that are available in IIT Madras as well.
But I want to know more about, if I'm not a student, is there any approaches for Taiwanese or for us to join this kind of program? If I'm not a student, work with the university, is it any approach? We can join the school, maybe online, we can know the news, then maybe we can also join with the program if I'm not a student.
If you're not a student of any university, like NDHU or something?
Yeah, if I'm not a student, I just want to know about India. Is it can we get a chance to join?
Continuing education.
Well, we as academic institute, we do for academic institutes, and we also do similar exercise or programs for corporate. Either you have to come through the corporate relationship or you have to come through the academic institute. But suppose if you don't belong to either, then there might be some private agencies who would be doing the some sort of tours to expose the India as a whole.
Thank you. Thank you, Professor.
Okay. One last chance for our audience in the own website. They are not here because the regulations government, because of COVID-19. So they are online. I want to leave the last chance for them. Whether anyone want to ask you question? 请问我们线上的朋友们有要问问题的吗？
我有问题。
Oh, question here. We have 100 people online, not on site.
Right.
Good afternoon, sir. I have 2 questions for you, and I'm interested in teaching in India, and I would like to know what is the main purpose for IIT Madras students to study Chinese language. Is it for work or their interest, or they want to know about Chinese culture? This I would like to know. And the second question is, if it's a semester course for 1 year, what is the design of the course? What is the purpose of the course? Is it for, do they have to reach some sort of Chinese level, or it's more cultural exposure? Because I would like to know how to design my course for Indian students. Thank you so much.
Can the question repeat? I could hear it was not clear.
Okay, first. Hello, can you hear me?
Can you be a little louder?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
First question is, what is the purpose for IT mother students to learn Chinese language?
Purpose of the Chinese language?
Yeah, are they for work or are they interested in culture?
Okay. This is not just for work. We believe, I think there are research where you see if you do a new language, your thinking will change, you will be more critical and your decision-making power is going to be more effective and efficient. So it is not only give extra advantages when you want to work with the Chinese companies or other multinational companies, but it also make you confident as a person. Right, so therefore we emphasize on foreign languages because in India, as such, we any student they might be knowing at least 2 to 3 languages because our mother tongue is different, our official language is different, and etc. etc. So, but then as the more the number of languages you learn, the better. So it is for your personal development as well as professional development.
Okay, my second question is, so as Chinese teacher, how do I design my course? Because if they... Yeah, because I need to know the purpose of like the whole semester of the course. If it's like more, they need to reach a certain level, like intermediate, then it will be different. But if it's like more about exposing and understanding the culture, it will also be designed different. So I would like to know which is the aim of IIT Madras in Chinese course.
Okay. Thank you. In IIT Madras, the faculties are given the maximum freedom to develop and devise and the mode of teaching that they want to adapt in their courses. So keeping your course objective in mind, you can use any strategy, whether it is going to be, say, because sometimes it depends on type of courses that you teach. For example, if it is a language course like Chinese, you can use only teaching, or you can use some play, or you can use some case method, or you can use some other games. So you have to see which particular method is going to be more effective and which becomes easier for the students to understand and learn the language. So freedom is given, the institute never asks as long as the objective is met.
Thank you.
So different faculties use different methods.
I'm very happy to know that we're giving the maximum freedom to do anything and experiment. Thank you so much.
That's how the university is.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you again for spending the time with us. And in the end, we hope that you can stay safe and stay healthy in this difficult time. Thank you. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
他其实看不到，他看不到，因为镜头在这里。你忙了半天。
没关系。那接下来呢，我们就请那个辅仁大学的传播系的主任唐维明主任帮我们做接下来的主持下面的活动。再提醒一下，不好意思，提醒一下现场的朋友要记得签到我。
他对着你，他对着你，我对你，
好。
I think not.
Oh, okay.
Hi, hello.
Hello. 这是白饭。
Hello.
Hello， 上海大。是都可以。一个人20分钟，都可以，我知道，都可以，都可以。
Alright， 大家好，接下来我们这场最后一个场次呢，就是有2位讲者，他们个别跟我们分享是在华语，在印度 这样的目前这个情况里面，还有未来华语的一个可能发展的前景。I'm introducing you, Professor Banerjee, and hi, 夏老师。All right， 对我刚才跟你同样的毛病。Right, so sit here. Okay, let's welcome Professor Banerjee first. Okay, 请大家鼓个掌好吗？Professor Banerjee is now the professor and the head of the Chinese language and culture in Vista Bharati University 国际大学的中国学院的院长。Yeah, please go ahead.
好，谢谢。能听得见吗？
可以。
好嘞，好，大家中午好。我们今天很高兴，就是来跟你们一起分享我的这个经验，就是有关这个就是韩语教学或者韩语这个怎么样在印度发展，也怎么样在印度发展。我就用英文讲话，可以吗？
都可以。
好。
中文讲这么好，就中文讲吧。
今天我就用英文讲吧，好吗？
中英文都用都可以。
好嘞，好，谢谢。下一次我用中文讲 ，OK， 好。Okay, so study in the upsurge for Mandarin Chinese language in India. There is no denying the fact that in the changing global scenario, especially in the post-liberalization, privatization and globalization, the importance of foreign languages has been more increasing. The fast increase in the advance of multinational companies and the rapid rate of the investment by Indian companies abroad, the knowledge of foreign languages is considered as the key of a number of career opportunities in the country and abroad as well. Learning foreign languages not only enriches our lifestyle and enhances cultural ethos, but also provides more career alternatives and better job experiences. We also succeed in having different perspectives and visions of life and the world around us. We learn the art of cultural tolerance and religious adjustment with the people from different backgrounds. The horizon of our knowledge of art, literature, music, cinema, cult, and cuisine gets broadened. India is the largest country in South Asia. It's not only a neighbor of China, but also an important force on the international stage. There is no doubt that India has become an important base for South Asian Chinese learning and Chinese studies. Now let me summarize the different stages of Chinese studies, Mandarin Chinese studies in India, which can be summarized in the following way. The first stage, from 1937 to 1962, as a pioneer, Tagore has injected new vitality into Chinese language teaching and Chinese studies. During his visit to China, he had extensive exchanges with scholars and professors in the Chinese academic community, and finally, in 1937, the Department of Chinese Language and Culture was established in Vishabharati University, which was the first formal institute of Mandarin Chinese learning in India. If we look at the second stage, from 1963 to 87, from 1960s to 1970s, some other universities in India began to incorporate Chinese into their teaching curricula. They are the University of Delhi, Jawaharlal Nehru University, Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi. During this period, Indians started realizing, especially intellectual people and also people from the government, that India must set up Chinese studies and more language centers to focus on research on the China's many issues, for example, domestic and international. With this realization, some Chinese institutes were set up, like the Institute of Different Studies in 1965. If we look at the third stage, which is from 1988 till date, then there is no doubt that the visit of Rajiv Gandhi to China was an epoch-making visit in 1988. Since then, India-China relations have also showed some faster development trajectory. Since 1990s, both national schools and private schools began to provide Chinese courses. Some universities such as Sikkim University, Central University of Gujarat, Indian Institute of Technology, Madras, India-China Center at Pune, Dehradun University, Central Institute of Jharkhand, and many others started Chinese courses. Some other institutes like Observer Research Foundation, Institute of Peace and Conflict Studies were also set up. While the India-China bilateral trade has multiplied, especially in the market in recent years, the Indian business community is also eager to learn Mandarin Chinese. Assuming the other conditions remain unchanged, bilateral trade figures between the two sides has doubled. Indian business schools are preparing to set up Chinese courses. In order to meet the needs of the learners of Chinese and to teach them to understand the Chinese people's daily life, we require more and more Mandarin Chinese centers. Under this circumstances, new enthusiasm for learning Chinese is visible. In recent years, although Indian students taking Chinese classes have shown great enthusiasm for the Mandarin Chinese language, the lack of teaching and research material, such as the Chinese book and journal, has been a huge negative factor in Chinese teaching in India and Chinese studies. Few publishers in India can import Chinese versions of books, so most of them rely on old books for teaching. Some private institutions and universities have tried to introduce books from China through their relationship. As a multilingual country, Indian students with different language background and different mother tongue also vary greatly in different regions while learning the Mandarin language. Sometimes it is more difficult for Indian students to learn Chinese with the help of English, which is also can be considered as a foreign language in India. However, there is some lack of coordination work at the national level without serious and systematic attention. Then it is very difficult to carry out the Mandarin Chinese learning. The Chinese teaching curricula and Indian sinology also focus on training a new generation of Chinese research scholars to enhance the systemization of Chinese teaching in India, which helps the more regular interaction and dissemination of Chinese language in the public domain. It takes a little time to boost India and China always want to understand some for passion and enthusiasm, mainly the Indian and the Chinese. Now, why are so many people in the world learning this language? What is the driving force behind it? Naturally, the purpose of learning is diverse. However, the important reason why Chinese is becoming more and more important in the world is that it is being viewed by foreigners as an increasingly large market. And to successfully enter this market for trading, we have to learn the language. To be familiar with and master the code of conduct and ways of thinking prevailing in this market, that is to learn Chinese to understand the culture of people who speak the language is very essential. Although Indian culture is a pluralistic culture or a compound culture, in any case, both the Chinese and Indian belong to the same Oriental culture. And there are many similarities between the Chinese and the Indian culture. Because of this, even in an era when the relations are not so sometimes difficult, there are many coincident views on many major international issues. Since the homogeneous culture, civilization and attraction between the two nations also produce a kind of concentricity, affinity and attraction. The Chinese and the Indians can better understand and tolerate each other's concepts and behavior, and it is easier to communicate and exchange. So, it is also to the fact that the main national language is Hindi, which is the national language in India, is very different from Chinese. Even I have already talked that the mother tongue of many, for example, we have the Bengali, we have Tamil, and also these are totally different from the language. A major bottleneck in Chinese language teaching is the problem of Chinese characteristics. Due to the poor consistency, the dialects also are divided. The popularity of Mandarin also, that's why it's not so easy to spread in India. Moreover, the large number of Chinese characters which the students have to learn in sometimes, and especially the traditional and simplified characters, this is also very important because we have to learn the traditional Chinese characters to know the Confucius analect, to know Mencius, which is also the binding force of the Confucian philosophy. And I feel that it is only in one place in Shantiniketan which the traditional Chinese characters are still being taught. So these are some of the issues. In recent years, you can also find that the economic tie not only with India and China is growing, but also with Taiwan under the aegis of Taiwan Education Center. There is also many companies of Taiwan are trying to invest in India. So under this background, we feel that it is very essential to learn this language. Recently, Taiwan Education Center has also facilitated the relations, for example, people-to-people relations, the exchange of the tourists between the two countries, which is also an important factor that why this language learning is essential for us. We also know many of the Indian political figures in recent years have visited Taiwan, and in 2003 there direct flight between Delhi and Taiwan started. So Taiwan forms are coming, people are getting interested with doing business with Taiwan, and a number of tourists also are getting interested to visit Taiwan. Even already 2 delegations from the eastern part 2 years back also visited Taiwan, that mainly a part of cultural and educational center. So these are some of the things that help that we can see our potential points where people can learn the language, the Mandarin language. Now, I have talked about some of the problems. Now, what will be the Chinese grammar and also the tones is also a problem for us to learn. So what are the solutions? If we look at the solutions there, I feel that Mandarin Chinese teaching can be taught from the junior level, that means from the school level. Then there is an urgent need to establish an institutionalized mechanism and to develop the Chinese studies in India. Scholarships may be increased. For example, we know there are some scholarships to go to the mainland, and there is scholarships also for Taiwan studies, but maybe the scholarship offered by the Taiwan Education Society, Taiwan Education Center, or by the Taiwan private institutes or universities are not known to the people of India, not known to the younger generation of India, which needs to be spread or which needs propagation. This is the point where we lack, because many students, why I'm telling, because till date, we can only send one student of our department to Taiwan. But we have seen many students, so there is maybe some lack of coordination from both the sides. Another important thing that we require is, in India there are a number of institutions who are teaching the Chinese language or who are doing research on Chinese studies, but there is a lack of coordination between on the side. There needs a meeting or some kind of touch, some kind of cooperation between all these institutes within India to know what each other is doing. This is very much essential to promote the Mandarin Chinese study, Chinese teaching in India. In recent years, although Indian students have started Chinese more enthusiasm, but I've already said that lack of material is a problem for both for the people who are learning the language and also who are doing this research on China. So in conclusion, I can say the close economic ties between India and China also mean the language skill will also become a new asset for the job seekers. So some private schools, public schools, business engineering schools and professionals are providing a series of professional development activities. However, the coordination is still there. So if it continues, then there will be the phenomena that led to the failure of Chinese teaching projects from prosperity to decline. So this, we should be very careful of this thing. So but still I put tone of, I hope that with the help of the China Education, with the help of the Taiwan Education Center, and with all together, we can see that in the near future, in the post-COVID era, there will be more tie-ups between the Taiwan education, Taiwan universities and the Indian universities. We can bring more Chinese, more Mandarin teachers from Taiwan, which is also very essential. Only very few teachers are there in India, which is also a constant problem for the Indians to learn the language. So in future, I hope that taking all these points, all the universities in India and also Taiwan Education Center will find out a roadmap for much more educational and cultural development between the two sides to see that there is a more upsurge in the Mandarin Chinese teaching and study in India. Thank you.
非常谢谢Professor Banerjee 刚才精彩的演讲哈。我跟他在他的学校见过3次面，可是这是我第一次听他用英文演讲，因为他中文实在是非常非常标准，而且他的学生在我们面前表演，而且中文都是真的这样子口说是完全没有问题 ，incredible。所以是非常非常让我们印象深刻的那个老师还有他们的教学，还有当然还有一个很大的渊源是跟泰戈尔有关系。好，那我们等如果最后面有时间再请大家互动，这样好不好？我们下一位讲者是我们的老朋友夏海娜老师。嗨，夏老师 ，OK， 夏老师是这个目前位于德里的中国分析和策略有一个这样子研究中心的研究员。那他一个很重要的一个角色，他是印度旅台同学会的会长。好，他曾经在就台湾在政大学过语言这样子。那夏老师也是常在印度的电视上面帮我们关于台湾的事务他有很多的发言。所以各位如果有兴趣的话，可以常常在电视在网络上面看到他在电视上接受访问的一些视频。All right， 我见了夏老师。PowerPoint。Okay. All right. You're going to do in Mandarin or English?
English. Is
In
it
English.
okay for everyone?
How about Hindi? Okay, just kidding.
Tell me.
Yeah. Let's welcome 夏海娜老师，我都叫她夏海娜夏老师。OK， 她帮助我们团队很多。来 ，Please.
Okay. Share my PowerPoint. Do I need a permission to share my screen? I have a PowerPoint presentation.
还有那个 PPT 的 PPT 让你起
Okay.
share screen。
Is the PowerPoint visible now?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so after Professor Banerjee, I think for me, I will take a very different approach as to, we all know that yes, Mandarin is very popular as a language now in India. In fact, it is one of the top 2 languages that people are opting in India to study. But in my presentation, I just want to kind of focus where these languages, how we can use Mandarin in India and how Taiwan can come in as as a Mandarin language instructor in India. I think Professor Banerjee has already given an introduction to China Bhavan, which was the first common Mandarin language center in India. But I just want to also tell you that actually the Republic of Taiwan was they had given scholarships. Scholarship that came to India was actually 1942-43 when Madam she actually gave 30 rupees each 5 Indian students so that they can afford and study Mandarin in China. So this is the first scholarship that was given to Indian students, 5 Indian students. Because I will just these slides because Professor Banerjee has already spoken about the stages of Chinese learning. First quote is from the Chinese ambassador in India on the 1st March 2020. when he actually gave an outline as to how popular Mandarin has become in India. So there are actually two Confucius institutes. He's just given the data according to where the Chinese, the Hanwha has set up the centers. So two Confucius institutes, 3 Chinese language centers they have established in India. And around 20 universities right now, they are offering Chinese language courses. And among which 8 provide a major in Chinese language. So universities, now you see there is a difference when maybe 10, 15 flat. The situation was not the same. 20 universities in India were never offering Chinese language courses. And then this is just the data, the official data that was seen. But there are so many private centers, private institutions that are actually teaching Mandarin language in India. So Chennai is becoming one of the hubs of Chinese language. Chennai and China actually go back historically, and a lot of traders from this region used to travel to China for trade. And this has continued even now. So a lot of businessmen, they travel to Guangzhou, they travel to Shanghai, they go to Beijing, and they take interpreters with them because they don't know Chinese, so they take interpreters, and these interpreters like to take maybe they sign a deal of 1 million or they sign a deal of maybe even less, whatever the amount is, these interpreters are getting 2 to 3% of the total money. So it's a very lucrative job for Indians, and this is the reason why a lot of Indians, not everyone, is trying learning because China is a big neighbor. We want to understand China. The initial stage that people want to learn Chinese Mandarin to earn money. So Chennai, there was a survey that we did, and Chennai alone 10,000 signed a Mandarin language. And many private schools for the same reason have come up in Chennai. They are offering Mandarin language. And this is also yearly salaries, people who learn different languages. But in India, we have to understand that we already have so many of our languages. Most of us know our mother tongue. We know Hindi, English we know, and we also take another language that we study in our books. So, foreign language came in late. When I was in school, we were never offered a foreign language. We used to study Sanskrit. We used to study if somebody from Punjab, we would study Gurmukhi. So this is a table that was released in 2018, and look at the amount of money a Chinese Mandarin can actually earn in India. It's the maximum, and this is one of the main reasons. The kind of money you can make if you Mandarin. A lot of Mandarin, the demand that people have today that they want to learn Mandarin, it's because of this. And Mumbai is another place that you see a lot of people want to learn Mandarin, and when it has started off these courses, many parents they had got their children admitted who were just 3 years old to professionals and assigned to these classes. There was a full survey that was released. Schools, management, colleges, now even volunteer actors, businessmen, travelers, learning to learn Mandarin. Even now, movies, you see, many of the recent movies that were released, at least 1 or 2 movies, out of 10 movies, see the main lead actually speaking of that of the Mandarin. And many, I gave a talk last Professor Kang in his Fusion University, and a lot of Chinese actresses about acting in Indian movies. She is one of the first Chinese actresses mainstream Hindi cinema. I'm not talking about other regional cinema, but she's one of the first Chinese actresses acting in movie cinema. So things, the popularity is increasing. It's not had started offering Mandarin language as a third language in their school. So many of them that CBSE board or had affiliated to ICSE board started offering Mandarin language. But because of this, the trust, lack of trust that the Indian government had on science, they actually canceled many of these, science teacher results, and they had to go back. And they were teaching schools from Delhi, Mumbai, Kolkata, Jaipur, Raipur, and they were handling kids that were 6th standard to 5th standard. So, basically teenagers, 10th or 12th. And all of them had. Now, last year also when we had this seminar, I said that, the Ministry of Education is in touch to target schools. Now, schools are very important. Also, why not parents say, and a lot of people understand that if you know a foreign language, it will always add to your speaking. So they don't have to opt for Sanskrit. They don't have to opt for Urdu. And one either opt for French or French used to be this language that everybody in India wanted to learn, but now things have changed. The matter is this that all schools want to offer, they have no. So this is one of the areas where I think Taiwan should come in and start targeting schools, at least for now in the metropolitans and later maybe further rurals. So in the India region, that is Delhi, Gurgaon and Noida, I'm talking to Ghaziabad, more than 18,000 students learning foreign languages. And students as young as 8-year-old students are actually taking them as an option. Now, when they have to, sometimes I get calls. They tell you, you studied the language in Taiwan 1 or 2 years. Why don't you come and teach language? I don't teach. I'm not afraid to teach. I teach Mandarin. So they, people, but not a lot of people actually talk it out. Many people who have done in China, Taiwan, but I feel it's not the correct approach. But schools are looking for Mandarin language, like native speakers, but they're not getting. So I think this is one of the areas where Taiwan should actually come in and try to target these schools. It's very important, and I think the best is first to try the NCR region, Mumbai, Bangalore, and then go to other areas. Because trust me, schools, I grew up in Meerut. Meerut is like 2 hours from me. And schools in Meerut are offering, I don't offer Mandarin as a third language. And unfortunately, they don't have teachers. Now, Punjab is becoming a new hub for Mandarin. Now, Taiwan education system, they already have a center at the university. But Punjab of education, Krishna Kumar, he said that we want Chinese language to be taught in our school. So they want to offer this language in at least one school every district. And trust me, Punjab is like a big state. And this is taken in after Chinese language. Like the Indo-Tibetan border force, this force that we have. But it was made compulsory that anybody now we have to either know Chinese or Tibetan. And that is when the Punjab government also, what they did was they started this program that we need to reduce Mandarin in our schools. So Punjab is it becomes a new hub Mandarin with teaching or learning where students in thousands want to learn Mandarin. But unfortunately, only private institutions, online courses, or people who have just started for a year or 2 years are teaching them about Chinese language. Now, other schools, other than colleges, other than universities, what are the institutions, what are the target audiences that want to learn Mandarin in which Taiwan can become a partner? And I think most of them would actually want Taiwan to become a partner. We have discussed schools, we know the university, now think tanks that are focused on China studies. There are so many think tanks. My own tank, we want to handle language. We only want a native, teacher. And the policy that we don't want someone from Canada. So we prefer Taiwan, but we are unable to. Then the armed forces. I have got a few calls that please speak to the Taiwan with people who want to have like a Taiwanese speaker will be stationed in one of the units for 6 months. They want them to teach their officers Chinese. Then border security force already they really are innovating now. They really want them to learn Chinese. So then businessmen, travel agencies, and for them, you can have these courses that will focus on the aspect that they want to learn. Now a businessman would not need to learn everything. For him, business practice, like what that will help him do business in China, with Taiwan, with Hong Kong, all these places. So a course should be designed that fulfills him that he wants to do. So courses should be made up daily. Not everybody start with how do you want to ask for your way or stuff like that. The usual syllabus that we do, but they probably are looking for something specific. And then, like I said, the courses should be designed according to the requirement. Like a crash course, businessmen traveling to Taiwan, and so on. Then armed forces, kind of orientation program, because they want to learn more of history terms, political terms, so that many of them do research the armed forces. So, the course should be designed according to them. Travel agencies, tour guides, it can be enrolled for 6 months to 1 year course, special design of historical sites in India, places where Taiwan is a Chinese tourist actually travel. Then think tank, there's time focuses on international relations, political norms. So these courses can be designed. And after, so after this, the main thing that should be done is data research and target industry. Now, Ministry of Education can actually hire dedicated people in India. They can do that market research and basic research for them. With new institutions are coming up that will have Chinese studies, and which people, which government officers, should be targeted. Because in India, the Chinese do very well. Let me tell you this, because in India, it doesn't matter where you are talking or anything. The important thing is who you are talking to. Because is this person that is, so you need to do a market research before you target these things. So the Taiwan Alumni Association that we have, it's just a body that is there, and it is not being to any use. I think they can help discover new individuals. They can help you. There are certain people who are very different. Okay? So we have to think. We cannot just go by Google book everything. We need to think according to that. We need to set our targets according to that. And we also need to tell people, have to market that why they should look to management from that. Why is it beneficial? Because everybody will say, why should I go to Taiwan? So we have to sell Taiwan. We have to market Taiwan. Why? Cost, food, freedom, a lot of other things. We should make Taiwan a brand. So I think this will also help, because the Indian government is also looking for an alternative to Japan. And I think here, Taiwan can actually you can't give everyone the scholarship. And people in India have money to pay. I mean, not everyone, but there is a section of society who can pay it too. These are the people who are paying and going to US. They are going to Europe. They are going to Australia. You know, private institutions have to come in, because I understand Ministry of Education has some foundations, they have to go through certain things. But when private players come in, game changes. Because in Mumbai, most of the Chinese language centers, they are not run by the Chinese government, just support outside. And you know, we can also encourage students to join training courses, especially design specific background. So all these, all these things have to be, even with language scholarship that the Christian Education gives. We can always, I mean, that's just a suggestion and output. Streamline it. I mean, not everybody has to be given a scholarship for 1 year. There are so many students in India who have done the BA, done their MA in China, give a scholarship for 3 months. Probably a time course. Maybe they want to do it in curriculum. Maybe they want to do it something else, retreat. Because I was also looking for courses that are specifically on maybe that could teach me military. Can streamline the scholarship that they give. And I at least more than 50 people I've met, they want to do a specialized course in military and political work. But told me, please just where to go to Taiwan. And I was like, I don't know if specifically that is what. So I will ask for you. So for me, it's like outward thinking. That what should be done, how we Indian students, Indian people who want to learn language. Then the best thing that's happening after content, all of us are doing it, because especially in this era where we are fighting program, a lot of people are doing online classes. I know that a lot of Taiwanese teachers in India are also using Google Meet or other platforms, but they will teach their students in the university that they teach. I'm talking about classes that can be specific for Indian people, and for just classes can have like a stamp in history of education. Like we can just say, okay, finish the course and you can do it online. People are paying a lot of money online for 3 months, 2 months course. People are learning a lot of languages which right now we're not able to go up. But before that, online classes have if you pay. You can have a business Chinese, international relations Chinese, all these courses can be specifically designed. Like taking university offering online courses. So why not specific university? University can design an online course for especially for Indian students. And right now many websites have cut down their fees due to the coronavirus to counter amazing items. Had a look at this. 9-day course of spoken Chinese was around 12,800 rupees. Now they're offering it in 420 rupees. But we know that people pay 12,800 rupees for a 10-hour course. They do pay that much. So, there is no harm. Universities, Taiwanese universities can come up with courses, or when they take the Ministry of Youth courses. A lot of people will join because people really want to learn languages now. Now, Wuhan, as you know, it's a hub for Indian students. I mean, it's a hub for many things these days. But we are just talking about the medical studies that it was a hub for. A lot of Indian students were there when, and more than 23,000 Indian students are studying in early 40s. And many of them are actually, they're doing their medicine there. University, National Taiwan University, National Tsinghua University, Taipei Medical University. All these universities are amazing in Taiwan. So why can't Taiwan become for Indian students? Because Indian students are going out. Not everyone is in India, and many people just want to go out because it looks from their CV that they have spread of work. So Taiwan can also become half Indian engineers, the doctors, the doctors, and a lot of management courses. People are going abroad to do management courses. So that also, and in that, a 1 year management course or a 6 months Mandarin language course, which will be an added advantage to their students. So we need to have a different approach. Now the different approaches, we have to make Taiwan different. And the Ministry of Education can work with private players. You know, because sometimes you have to maneuver without official. And trust me, in India, not everything is actually by following the law. And the fourth thing is bringing in local people whom you can trust, who can help in Taiwan. Have agents, very important. All these big countries have Indian agents who are working with them. They are the ones who do the big work, and only later do the universities actually and do the formatting. Higher secondary schools should be targeted, because these are the people after their 11th and 12th standard in India going to go abroad, who are going to spend money to do courses. Then languages are used as a way to bring in students. Once the students come in for language, they can stay back higher education. So we need to have a different approach. So all this is what I would say. Thank you. Thank you.
谢谢夏莲娜老师。夏莲娜老师刚才提到了，她中间有曾经在辅仁大学演讲，那个邀请者就是我。她其实非常谢谢夏老师之前曾经2度到辅仁大学。那当然也在这地方，清华大学这边过去这边非常长的时间。All right, so I think we still got some minutes, right? 这个是由你们来还是我来主持 ？Okay, so any questions from here or yes? Go ahead.
Maybe I need a mic.
有需要麦克风有。
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, yes, we can hear.
Namaskar. Thank you very much for your insights and sharing. I have 2 major questions, and the first one is mainly for Professor Bananarch, and the second one is open for both scholars. My first question is, with the pandemic striking, the world powers is undergoing changes, and the 2 giants in Asia, China and India, it is more important for both sides to understand each other more than ever. However, the tension between India and China has been rising, and we understand from the media that there has been an anti-China tension across India in the societies. I wonder if this has affected the Indian government in bringing in Chinese scholars. And from your experience, what are some of the difficulties that you have faced in the past few years that for bringing in Chinese scholars, and where do you think this is leading us to? This is my first question about bringing in Chinese scholars. My second question is, we have heard a lot of good things about Taiwan being the portal between India and China, and it's probably one of the most important and powerful portals to understand Mandarin Chinese and the Chinese society. However, I am really curious that, in your opinion, is there anything or any aspect that you concern a Taiwanese Mandarin teacher will not be able to compensate or replace what a Chinese scholar may be able to provide the Indian students? Thank you.
接下来的伙伴尽量问题简单一点。
Okay, so Professor Banerjee, you want to say something about this question? In Chinese? English?
With the leg.
Yeah.
这个看到网络不是非常顺，我们可以请夏海亮老师先吗？有刚才完全 idol。
Could you please first stop sharing your screen?
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Maybe that's the problem. Thank you.
Okay. Is that okay now?
Yeah, yeah, you can.
No,
I have stopped
Yeah.
the screen.
I think we are still seeing your screen.
Just seeing my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Just a second. I don't know, I just stopped sharing.
Really? Okay. Maybe.
Maybe it will take a minute or so. But I checked.
Oh, okay. Yes, now it's stopped.
Okay. Okay.
So Professor Banerjee, can you try to speak now?
I think your mic is on mute. So your mic is on mute.
Okay, let's
Hello?
do it. All right.
Okay, finally.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, fine. So I feel that presently, after this crisis in India, to learn Chinese and all the things, there may be some rethink on this, point number one, because overall, as in the entire world, in India also, there is some kind of not very popular feeling about China or about Chinese. This is a fact. So this, how we should come up from this area. This is a problematic area. Now, for example, now if you go on saying that we want to study Chinese, but people are feeling that whether this business with China or this thing, India-China tension is also a matter of concern for everyone. The present concern for everybody. However, I feel that this problem which is there is a kind of localized problem which can be solved soon. So another point is that how to groom up the Chinese students or Chinese scholars. Definitely the lack of Mandarin teachers is a very important issue which we should deal with. So here comes the role of Taiwan Education Center. If there is some problem with the with mainland China to bring the Chinese teachers or bring the teachers recruited by Hanfan, then Taiwan Education Center can help us in grooming the Chinese scholars or the Chinese students who can become a future sinologists in India. So this is my view.
Okay.
Yep. And the second question, you want to hear responses from two professors, right?
Yes.
Namrata, you want to respond to this second question?
If I've understood, she wanted to know if India and Taiwan are having this problem, how can Taiwan
first question.
Your second question again.
Second question is. Hi, my second question is there anything you think that a Taiwanese Mandarin teacher cannot compensate or replace what a Chinese scholar may be able to provide to your students?
I don't think so. I don't think there is anything that the Chinese teacher can provide, the Taiwanese teacher cannot provide. I think the Taiwanese teacher can provide more what the Chinese teachers can provide. And in fact, if we talk about what with our Taiwanese teachers more than what we can speak for the Chinese teachers, I think that's even a question. Like in fact, I don't think feel that a Taiwanese teacher can teach anything less than a Chinese. No.
Okay, so it's crystal clear. No. Okay. But Professor Banerjee wants to respond to the same question. What's the difference between Taiwan Mandarin Chinese teacher from Taiwan and Chinese teacher from China?
I feel that it will not be a great problem. The point is that Taiwanese Chinese teachers, we have not interacted with the Taiwanese Chinese teachers more. So unless we interact with them, unless we take the challenge of inviting them, we don't know the problem. So my point is that we have never experienced this kind of things from the very beginning. If you recall, 1994, 1992, 96, Ministry of Human Resource Development Ministry and the Chinese Education Department, they have MOU which Mandarin Chinese teachers are sent to Varanasi Hindu University, to Jawaharlal University, to Delhi University, and to Vishwabhat University. So there have never been, I think, the government level, that this kind of interaction bringing Chinese education Mandarin teachers from Taiwan. So this may be taken by the Indian government, and the Taiwanese Education Center also can promote the issue. And then we can find out, now we don't know what the problem is. But normally I feel that there should not be any problem. As I have met all of you, so I feel that there should not be any problem for the Taiwanese teachers to train the students here in India.
好，所以因为他们系上目前没有那个台湾区的老师，好，所以他刚才很直接说他们还没有经验过这个问题。但是他演讲里面他们一直强调，刚才他的演讲里面他有提到正体字，原来的这个我们所谓的繁体字是非常对他们讲非常非常重要的。这个可能就是大陆老师无法，对不起，我的回答倒过来，就是大陆老师无法 compensate 台湾老师这边绝对的优势。好 ，OK，do you have any questions here？ 我们现场有没有其他伙伴想要问问题？没有了。
Hello, Professor Banerjee. As the director of the program office for the Taiwan Education Center, I would like to emphasize that Ministry of Education of Taiwan has given me the green light to open the Taiwan Education Center in your university, as soon as your university allows us to do so. Okay. Last time when we visited your campus, your Vice Chancellor already accepted to establish a Taiwan Education Center in your campus. So may I know what will be the progress in your university now?
The progress is that I feel that it was suggested that a Taiwan Education Center can be, what I guess from the discussion, that can be set in Kolkata. Because if Calcutta is the best, then you can have in fact many universities. So, but I realized that in Calcutta, a Taiwan Education Center can be set up, which can link up with many universities around Calcutta, including our universities. This is one. And the point number two is that presently, after this, from March onward, we are under this this regime. So now everything is, nothing is being held up, and I feel that till September, October, we cannot think of all these things. We can only have some kind of discussion. But this can be definitely a good idea, but Taiwan Education Center in Calcutta, I think, will be much better than in Santiniketan, than in our university. Because if Calcutta is the best, then it can communicate with many other universities around Calcutta.
第一段是说他的一个建议是说，在加尔各答，加尔各答为一个这样子的一个核心方向去，那他们学校可以 link 到这样子的一个情况，就可以跟我们合作。第二个是说，现在因为疫情，好，所以很多的就很多的那个公务啊什么都暂停讨论，所以目前的进度大概是这个样子。对 ，OK， 线上有个问题there's one question from online audience. He or she is asking, in addition to TEC Taiwan, I mean from Taiwan, India Taiwan Mandarin Education Center, is there any other opportunities that could get access to, for example, your institution, or as a teacher in your university? Is there other options, other assets, other ways of teaching?
Other ways?
Yes.
Besides, we already have one teacher which is being sent by Hanpan, because we know that we have an MOU with the Hanpan and Peking University. Under this MOU, we have a teacher from Hanpan. But unless I think we have some kind of formal MOU with the Taiwan Education Center or something, it is not now. Presently, we cannot have a more teacher. We have only one teacher. Okay, yes. And our university does not have any option of taking this kind of directly taking these people, because of salary and all these issues will be a problem. For the Hanpan teacher, we are only providing him the accommodation. So in that way, we can also think with the Taiwan Education Center.
Oh, I see. Okay. 所以他们学校一直都有那个，因为他们跟汉办也有签那个合作协议，所以一直都有一个由汉办这边挑选的中国老师，我也都见过了我也有他的那个微信就是非常年轻的一位男老师，目前都所以他提到的是说他们因为跟他们合作呢，事实上是他们不用去负责处理那个老师的住宿啊相关的其他的问题，老师自己就在学校外面租了房子自己住了这样子，那他。所以院长的意思也是说，他们其实也可以用同样的方式来处理，对印度台湾的这个华语教育中心用这个方式。那至于其他方式，目前他们是还没有经验过。我们时间也差不多了，不知道现场方老师有没有问题要回应，还有其他的华语老师，还有现场的朋友。好，OK, so Professor Banerjee and Professor no, Xia老师. Alright, as always, I really looking forward to meet you again, Professor Banerjee, in your institution, perhaps next winter.
Hope that again next year we will meet here in Shantiniketan.
Yes, in Shantiniketan, because
I wonder if your Taiwan Education Center in the next 2-3 months, after 2 months, also can have a language, can have a cultural thing. For example, our students can perform some cultural programs online. So this we can have also arrange one. So this is just a suggestion, you can think it.
Oh, I see. All right, okay. 所以我们一方面就是也有可能明年疫情假设一切很顺，我跟他可能有机会再见面这样。今天是有史以来我跟他讲英文，有史以来 for the very first time we talk in English。他中文真的非常非常文雅。而且听他在那个现场200-300人，他来主持，完全都是他们 total immersion in Chinese。好，所以我觉得真的，我们给 Professor Banerjee 一个很大的掌声，好不好？谢谢。And of course, 夏老师are always best friends. OK， 那他刚才给了我们很多的分析，我觉得特别有意思的是说，他其实因为前面国际大学这边已经都谈过了，所以他没有从那边再说，他直接跳到了从不同的城市的环境。我觉得这个思考也是蛮重要的。从清奈，后来从孟买，还有其他的城市的这个位置里面来看，那各位可能有发现一件事情，就有一些是军事的考虑，有一些是旅游，有一些是商业，有一些他特别讲后面是智库。好，因为他们学中文的人，就是我们也碰到很多而且接触过的学生，在后来的发展是走向国际关系，可能就是未来国家的重要的领导人或者幕僚。好，所以我们接触到的人的同学，特别是像宁和鲁迅这样国际大学，都是台湾过去还有我中老师这边接触到，我们接触到的，可能他们教授跟学生都是相当顶尖的整个知识分子的这个阶层这样。 Okay, so 老师，OK， 那交换给司仪。
Thank you, Professor, for sharing your knowledge with us today. Thank you for your time, and I hope you can stay safe during the hard time. And have a nice day. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
再见，拜拜。
再见。
拜拜，再见。
好，再见。
现场有什么快速的问题想要问任何的华语老师或是王老师吗？好，没有，那就是我提醒一下那个线上的朋友跟现场的朋友，请你们记得要填写那个活动回馈单。现场的朋友在签到的时候再帮我交到签到书，那就是现场有时间是这里。
可不可以给我2分钟？
对，那最后呢，我们还是用最大的掌声，谢谢唐维民主任，因为他今天很认真参与这场活动。
好，不好意思，主任，我知道大家都忙的，现在已经哇，我今天从早上撑到现在，因为我刚才这2位都是我老朋友嘛，好，所以我这样讲就是说，在整个印度，我看到他们的学生这么多人在学中文，事实上非常非常的感动，而且我们的同学去那边跟他们真的是沟通无碍，包括现在这种速度完全没有关系，完全没有问题。而且完了以后，他们要硬着拉着我们要去唱歌，然后一唱就是台湾民歌。当然有时候也会来一个中国大陆的现在的所以我看到很多线上跟线下跟视觉这种关系的这种多重的可能性。好，那像海娜老师，因为我今天早上一开始有讲，辅仁大学从很多年前，那我自己是2013年开始，就到印度带着志工服务的团队，同时2016年我们就开始到德里。从那之后，大概夏娜老师在德里帮我们很多的事情。我必须说，我们在印度认识了不同的世界，好，认识了真的是不一样的世界，包括印度华人的历史。我们今天刚才讲到加尔各答的一些情况，那也包括比如说我们在印度接触到更多的Tibet 吐蕃人的一些情况，其实真的是蛮特别的。那我当然自己也会这样子，在今天不好意思，今天其实不应该是我来接，我只是有感而发。我觉得这2位朋友，他其实就是我们最大的 connection 之2，好，之2。那在加尔各答，好，因为老师们华语老师其实德里那边都比较熟，加尔各答这边我认为就是it used to be a kind of wasteland， 我可以这样讲，在华语这方，可是现在也有我想在线上呢，戴老师都还在不在？就是也有线上老师，我刚才今天坐在这边，我一直不断接受不同的老师给我的讯息。就是来自印度的，他们都很关注今天这场活动，所以可见王老师、天赐老师在组织这样活动，我真的是非常非常的佩服。那现场今天也认识到很多在就是印度打拼的天选者，还有今天印度游的演讲，还有刚才也是我们有老师的这个分享，我觉得我每次开车来，然后开车回去，我都觉得收获满满。那就超过2分钟了，不多说了。对，那就我说什么？对，希望大家在印度相见，是这样的吗？好，那就希望如此了，拜拜。